Let's see. There ain't no reason for us sitting down to try to talk our problem out. 'Cause we know the truth. It ain't no use. Each other we must do without. There ain't no reason trying to force a smile when pain is really in its place. 'Cause we know the truth. It ain't no use. Let's part before we lose love's trace. Oh, 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 bye, bye, bye. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yay! Oh, Stevie, I want to thank you for that beautiful song. As I look back, I'm really trying to see just what it was that made us spark. 'Cause the fire's out, it leaves no doubt. Okay, I'm done. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadijah. You know, I really like a channel, a couple channels, that I like to share with you. NYTN, and I think this channel is so good simply because this woman who has to deal with the issue of um, race on a whole different level. Okay, now a lot of us will say she looked like Redbone or Creole, um, and some might even say Hispanic, or maybe a Mexican or something. But and somebody might just say she looked like a plain old white woman. However, what is interesting about her channel, and I would like to encourage y'all to check her out, is she talks about, it's very educational in terms of how her parents had, and or not, maybe parents, maybe ancestors or earlier relatives passed for white, had to deal with certain things that she thought makes her think about how hard it was for them. One of her relatives sold herself into slavery. Um, you know, but it talks about when whiteness came to be and all the things about how we had to maneuver in terms, especially black people. And most of her family is from Louisiana. But without describing, what it is too much, I would encourage each and every one of y'all to just check out her channel. Um, because she talks about a lot of ancestry. It's called, again, NYTN, and I think it's like from New York to Tennessee. Finding your roots. Those are the kind of, it's one of those in that vein. And whenever you look at one of those episodes of Finding Your Roots, whether you watching it, um, on channel PBS, what it tells you and what is really disheartening, it shows you just how mad this race thing really is. How insane whiteness is. And now that society is evolving to the point where, we have technology that expands the human mind and the human condition, uh, people don't want to see what a world looks like without what they were familiar with. Like, no matter how mad it is, the insanity of what color you are, or if you 1% black, or just all kinds of crazy stuff, and how laws were created to protect and to implement whiteness on certain communities. All those things. Even when I watch, I'm trying to think of the professor's name, that does Finding Your Roots. When you dissect us all down, it is so insidious because we are a sum of so many. And our genealogy is so vast, that over here in America, how in the hell can you sit here and deal with the madness of race when you have had relations generation after generation? You mix the overseers with, that's how mad all it is. And the master with the the black slave, just all that diabolicalness, but at the same time hating and trying to, or not trying to, actually oppressing and subjugating the people that that you're different from. You just really have made it a cesspool full of people hating people based on the color of their skin. So now, like I said, as we evolve, how do you deal with this? You see it right now. So that, Roland Martin did the book White Fear, and Robin DiAngelo, White Fragility, because white people are so afraid, and they have the nerve to say that now they're being discriminated against. Them who have never dealt with the original sin in the first place of what their ancestor did. They can't face it. But they have the nerve to be put in positions where they can make everybody else face whatever they did. Have the nerve to put people in jail for stuff. But they never repented for slavery. They never made amends. Matter of fact, they don't even want to acknowledge what they did, hanging people from trees, and had Ida B. Wells running all of them for their lives, but to having to get words out, setting black people on fire, pickaninnies or picnics after Sunday service where you made postcards of your abuse. And because you can't face that history, we got to deal with it, and you do too. You cannot. I don't give a damn how many books you burn. I don't give a damn how much you try to write us off in the books. Didn't Maya Angelou tell you? Didn't she tell you? You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. What is that? Oh, come on. Come on now. Still, I rise. So, what you're doing is just prolonging your state. You can't even find no kind of peace because you keep running from your past, as opposed to standing still, 10 toes down, feet down, and just dealing with the ruthlessness of your ancestry. And now you got to share it with the sons and daughters of the people that you abused and used and mistreated and mishandled. and you don't know how to do it. You shipping other people in. You trying to do everything but to deal with the first deadly sin of this country. And that is so sick. And then you want to judge us by the spirits and the evilness that you are. You don't want to deal with, because you like, oh, y'all certainly gonna do to us what we did to y'all. And it just made, by the time, this is over with, I would hope not, because that's not our original self. I don't think. We'll just deal with it and tell you what's got to be done now. That's usually the kind of people we are. We are loving people. Okay? We are very loving people. And I'm sure you know that. And some of y'all doing such evil that is really hard to love. I mean, it's really something, because the people that are hating on this young lady because of her chant, because they've been talking to her, you hate white people, you hate white people. I'm like, white people are so caught off with this race thing, but they quick to blame it on us, but they the ones that can't face it. See, we have to face it. We have to face the police. We have to face everything that has come out of the madness of race. And y'all can't even sit down and face how you created and invented whiteness. If you got somebody like Tim Weiss talking, or if you got somebody like Ryman D'Angelo talking, if you, Jacqueline Battlelore, if you got anybody talking about race, if they white, then you call them traitor to their race. I mean, this race situation has really got us insane. And this whole country is in need of a doctor. We are fucking mentally ill. Because you can't do all that to another part of humanity. You can't do that. All that barbaric shit. And the more you evolve as a society, as a civilization, and think that, like you're not looking over your shoulder, looking over your back, and don't think that do something. That's why you full of weaponry. Because you making everybody hate you with your arrogant, pompous, evil behavior. And your thirst for blood and to rule the world. And people's everyday lives. That's really messed up. And white people, y'all really, really need to have a conversation at y'all dinner table about, some of y'all individually are tolerable, but collectively, as y'all sit down, y'all got to look at yourself, and y'all got to say, yes, we have been humanity. We have been evil. We have put a bunch of stuff against humanity in the people that we are right in the presence of every day. We got to acknowledge that we put these Native Americans on reservations and stole everybody's land. You got to deal with it. And they want to quote Dr. King. How insulting can you be? How insulting can you be? Anyway, again, Lewis Gates is his name. Finding Your Roots. I love it. And I also like NYTN. I think hers is on a different level of cause she's right in the mix. That's right in the mix. This you get ready to really examine white hatred, just like Kathy Griffin did the very first time. You ain't heard from her since. Well, I heard she's a little sick now, but probably because when the wrath of white people was turned on her, She saw just how relentless their hatred could be. Tim Weiss, all of them have, because they don't want to deal with race. You'll never hear about black people threatening them like that. I mean, and then just collectively gaslight the whole nation. It's really sick. But anyway, that is why my prayer every day is, I'm sure a lot of y'all get this one. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Mm, mm, mm. Que sera, sera. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And I'm going to see you in the next video. And leave a comment, actually, if you've seen her work before. And Louis Gates. And what y'all think about those shows. Finding Your Roots and NYTN. Okay. We'll see you in the next one.